It's one of those where you almost get in a position where you're feeling like you're so close to kind of that. If that dominates others, I would talk about fine margins. If that stays at 3-2, everyone's talking about this as one of the biggest moments of the season to go away and having the characters, true show of strength, and it flips back the other way. I mean, one thing this team has always had, it's been such a hallmark in recent seasons, is just finding different ways to win, and at the moment we just don't seem quite to have that
yet. We're finding ways to lose at the minute.
The boss, I think, said that because we won so many games last year. This was at the very start of the season. We won so many games by the odd goal. Is that you have to think, wow, if this flips, it can quite easily go the other way. And that's what we're finding. We're finding with that, especially with losing so many goals, it's damaging the confidence of the rest of the side. Because you're talking about having a good defensive unit gives the rest of the players confidence to attack the midfield, the forwards, because they're thinking, oh, we've got a clean sheet here today, and if we lose a goal, that's bad. But we're losing too many, which affects the whole sort of atmosphere on the pitch and probably in the dressing room.
The fragility of confidence is so important as well, isn't it? Because you start second guessing probably every single thing, every step you take on the football pitch, because you're overthinking.
Well, there's
everything.
a knock-on effect as well. You're trying to get your own house in order, and when you're unconfident, it's sort of that's where you sort of go in yourself a little bit, Tomo, and you start, maybe I'll just try and get my own job done, and then I'll start to help him once I've done that. But if you don't stand up and be counted, or if you're not doing it quick enough, that's when you're up against it. That's when you're open and exposed to conceding things, which we did do today.
We did indeed. Let's see what the boss makes of it. Arne Slot is speaking with Sky Sports.
Well, Arne, to let it slip like that, I guess it'll be hard to find the words, but what's the mood in that dressing room you just walked out of?
Yeah, that is simple. That is what everyone can understand. It's not the first time we dropped points, not the first time we conceded a goal in the last minute. It's not the first time we conceded a set piece. So everyone can, I think, understand what the mood was in the dressing room.
So why do you think, like you say, not the first time for any of those things, why did it happen again?
I can only explain. I can explain every single time, but let's keep it to this game. 2-0 up. I don't think we've conceded till that moment any chance. And the penalty wasn't a chance as well for them, but we made it a chance because it led to a penalty, VAR intervention one more time. So 2-1, then maybe their first chance of the game led to the 2-2. We showed mentality to go 3-2 up. I think after that I felt we had control. Of course there's always the lone ball, second ball, lone ball, second ball, which you cannot always make sure that doesn't happen. And then a set piece comes in extra time. 9 minutes of extra time, and they score. Yeah, that is part of our season, but the only ones to blame is us, because we do concede these chances. We do so much to create. So it's not easy for us to score a goal. Though today we scored 3. If you score 3 goals in an away game, that should normally be enough to win a game of football, especially if you hardly concede a chance.
I know that no manager wants to stand in front of these boards and single out a player, but with that challenge that led to the penalty, is it just self-inflicted? You invite them back into the match, you bring the crowd back into the game, and a match that looked really under control, suddenly it's chaos.
Yeah, what you can say is that he tries to do everything to prevent the cross from coming. So if you want to call it a mistake, it's a mistake from hard work, from trying. There was contact, that's for sure. The player already, I think, was on his way going to the floor. But again, we should, in that situation, look at ourselves and not at the referee or the VAR.
Did we see at that point that the bad run that you've had has just left you really fragile? The second something goes wrong, even though you did make it 3-2, the control you've had, the confidence seems to drain out of the team.
Yeah, but I think no matter which situation you are as a team, if you're 2-0 up and you control the game completely and the fans were quiet, not constantly, but in general, I think we were where we wanted to be. Yeah, if you then concede a goal, going 2-1, they come back to end the game with 2-1. Yeah, then I think if you play in this stadium, the fans will always give it a go one more time, and the players as well. And like I said, I don't think we've conceded afterwards a chance, but the first chance we did concede led to a shot from a difficult angle, I think, but went in 2-2. And then we came back with mentality, with a great attack. So we have to do a lot of things well to score a goal. And 3-3 is, as you saw.
Yeah. Just tell us about some of the changes you made. The first double change, I guess at that point they just switched formation and you're trying to lock down the match?
No, I took off Florian and the other one was Connor.
Yep.
That's both related to the amount of games they've played coming back from an injury. Connor's been out for a long time. And he had repetitive repetitive injuries on his hamstring. So yeah, we always knew before this game he could play 60. So I pushed it towards 66, 67. I think Flo has played so many minutes, and we have to keep him fit. But I don't think it was about it. It wasn't about the ones I brought in.
Were you close to using Mo Salah at all? It's obviously the third game he started on the bench, and in two of them now he hasn't come on. I didn't, I might be wrong. I didn't see him really warm up during the second half.
I think all the players go for a warm up on a regular basis, but we were 2-0 up. We were 3-2 up. I think it was at that moment of time more about controlling the game, and we didn't need a goal at that moment of time. And normally, when you need a goal, like last week against Sunderland, I've brought Mo in. Today it felt to me that we needed different players like Wata. I've brought him in many times when we needed to bring the wing over the line, and he gave everything, I think, what I could expect from him, and he was also not part in us conceding the 3-3.
Yeah, those are Arne Slot's thoughts to Sky Sports after that game at Ellen Road tonight. I mean, much like us in the studio, Phil, I think he will, when he goes back to analyse that game, find a fair few things that he can take decent positives from, but at the same time, some things that he will just
frustrate him.
Yeah.
Will frustrate him. And as I say, the set pieces, I don't know how many times he's mentioned about set pieces this season, and he's probably... and I like his attitude. He doesn't like to give too much away. And he's getting obviously asked about it. You keep on doing this, you keep on conceding these goals, and it's a difficult one for him. As difficult as we sit here, he's got to front himself. He's got to front the club, going out there, and you don't want to be hammering your players. You don't want to be going stupid bad, and that's the headline that people want. So Arnold does it very well, and it's so difficult for him to go in that dressing room, and his players have played so well for the vast majority of the game. I'm quite surprised he's not been asking the question, where was the 9 minutes from? You know, that was just...
Well, he hinted at it,
but when was the last time there's been that in the game? And that certainly was, because we brought on, I think, 3 players at once. They brought on 3 players at once. Yeah. So...
Was there any floodlight failure?
I think there was, actually.
There was in the studio, actually.